You may have seen this video in your feed recently, whether that be on TikTok, Reels, YouTube Shorts, Facebook, I guess. It shows a woman in her bed woken up by cats running around, to which she asks,
"Are you two completely insane?"
in fact, there's a good chance you have because it's gone viral, like actually viral, racking up over 94 million views on the original and endless reactions and reposts. It's attracted numerous comments from people laughing at the ridiculous situation, often relating to it personally. What you may not have realised when you first saw it is that it's AI generated. Even if you're normally quite savvy, you might not have questioned it, and that wouldn't be your fault. This isn't a blatant AI video of something fantastical and shiny, nor is it hyper detailed to make it seem as realistic as possible. It's a new evolution in AI's destruction of reality. This is the internet eating itself, and let's get into it. At this point, you've no doubt seen an ungodly amount of AI slop. It's pervaded social media to such an extent that you've probably mostly seen it against your will, unless you do actually enjoy it, in which case the internet must be an incredibly fun place for you now. Regardless, this saturation of slop has made us all extremely familiar with it. AI slop often deals in the fantastical, the ridiculous, the outrageous, the type of ludicrous scenarios that get likes and comments on Reels. While it can be surprising just what people will believe in these videos, the improbable nature of what's being shown is often a giveaway for most. As far as I'm aware, cats aren't capable of making baked goods or using flamethrowers, but I'm willing to be proven wrong. But if it's a scenario that we consider much more realistic, more likely, that goes a long way in us believing it's real. This is down to a concept known as the availability heuristic. If we can think of immediate examples of such a scenario, we're more likely to believe that what we're seeing is real. But even if you only have a basic grasp of what is and isn't realistic, there's still a good chance that you can distinguish an AI video from a real one most of the time. To be clear, AI video has improved massively over the past few years. Cue industry standard benchmark for AI video improvement, Will Smith eating spaghetti, but it does still often get certain details wrong. You have to look a bit more closely than you used to. For example, AI's gotten much better at fingers and text, but you'll often find distortions or disappearing and reappearing elements that give it away. But even if it's a particularly well-polished video, AI has a distinct style, a feel, a sloppy je ne sais quoi. When you've seen enough of it, you just know. Maybe you can immediately recognize that distinctive sheen that AI videos tend to have, or the uncanny, vacant faces of AI-generated humans. Maybe the awkward, unnatural voices of the people talking are a giveaway.
What's your best advice about love, ma'am?
Love's like a fart, dear. If you have to force it, it's probably shit.
In fact, many people take a great deal of pride in their ability to distinguish AI videos from real ones, even to the point of arrogance. Because of this, a degree of complacency has emerged. We've come to expect these giveaways when it comes to AI, whether it be the improbable scenarios or its distinct aesthetic. But we're now seeing this turned on its head. Creators are finding that the shortcut to convincing AI video is to resist the urge to make it hyper-detailed, and instead go in the opposite direction. Low-res, grainy, and/or black and white surveillance-style footage. Take the example I shared at the start of this video. It's presented as CCTV footage, so we expect it to be at a weird angle, black and white and a bit blurry. We don't expect to be able to make everything out as clearly, so we're less likely to look. It also depicts a realistic, funny scenario. Cats being crazy at a less than ideal time, and, based off the comments, one relatable to many people. This makes for the perfect recipe for a convincing AI video. Of course, as with pretty much any AI video, if you look closely enough, you begin to see the discrepancies. A new leg emerging under the covers, a drawer behind another drawer, this kind of weird object thing, but they go unnoticed by most. In fact, they comment positively even when they know it's AI. The people yearn for slop. This particular video is just the latest in a series in this style though. Keeping on the theme of cats, a video of a cat dropping a mouse in its owner's mouth went viral on X and TikTok last month, racking up at least 31 million views on both platforms since October 13th. While there are plenty of comments pointing out that it's AI, there's plenty that are fooled. As one Redditor commented, "How did these AI-generated surveillance videos suddenly become so popular? It's crazy. They easily racked up millions of views when it only takes 30 seconds to get 50 when you automate the process on NAN, for example." Well, are you super? That's exactly what I'm explaining. Another possibly even more viral example, is hard to say as views are spread across many different reposts and stitches, is that of a woman on the subway, referring to a man, seemingly a stranger, as her husband. It's cute. Well, I think it's cute anyway. Maybe I'm an easily entertained simpleton. And as in the other examples, its picture quality is subpar, kind of like something recorded on a phone from the early 10s. And there's a lot of comments from people saying it's the first time they'd been fooled by an AI video. That's a big reason why it's gone viral. It's shaken many's belief in their ability to detect AI video at a glance, something they've grown accustomed to. But maybe our biggest enemy in our own efforts to stay aware of what's fake and what's real is the way we passively scroll social media. There's been endless discourse about the shrinking of human attention spans, with a general consensus that they're shrinking but debate over the extent of it, so I won't get into that. You'd probably get bored and stop watching by the time I was done anyway. But it's fair to say that short-form video apps like TikTok and Instagram Reels discourage deep attention. They are short-form after all. If you're anything like me, you often find yourself simultaneously zoned out and locked into scrolling, consuming the endless stimulation, falling victim to the hyper-optimized personalized feeds that allow us to detach from the horrors of reality for a bit. These powerful, potent feeds have proven adept at sucking us in and keeping us there. To investigate this, Caitlin Woolley and Marissa A. Sharif, assistant professors of marketing at Cornell and the University of Pennsylvania respectively, conducted a series of studies with a total of 6,445 US-based students and working adults. In one of these studies, they looked at how people acted after watching several videos consecutively, versus when they watched the same number of videos with some interruptions. One group of participants completed 2 work tasks and then watched 2 similar videos, while the other group completed the same 4 tasks but alternated between them. In other words, work, video, work, video. Despite having done exactly the same activities, the order made a big difference. The participants whose video consumption was uninterrupted were 22% more likely to choose to watch another video than those who alternated between work tasks and videos. There's also evidence to suggest that this kind of uninterrupted scrolling puts users in a state of mind that emphasizes consumption of content rather than active engagement of the mind, such as a 2024 study that found that a reaction-based interface, in other words having to react to a post to scroll on, increased users' self-reported attention and memory recognition of posts compared to an infinite scroll interface. This suggests that infinite scrolling makes social media a more passive experience, and this opens us up to experiencing content without mentally engaging with it. In OpenAI's announcement of Sora 2 and the Sora app, it shared the Cameo feature, which allows users to insert other people into their AI creations. This requires approval by each person whose likeness is being used, with Sam Altman granting approval for use of his own from the outset. The result of this was an explosion in videos doing just that, putting him in ridiculous and outlandish scenarios. As he described it, "It's way less strange to watch a feed full of memes of yourself than I thought it would be. Not sure what to make of this." But the most popular of these videos was at one point CCTV footage of him stealing GPUs because he needs them for inference. As one astute, very smart Tom's Hardware commenter pointed out, there are some aspects of the video that make it unlikely, such as the way the GPUs are stacked and their positioning in the store. But there's also the fact that, it's highly unlikely Sam Altman would be stealing GPUs in the first place, at least from a store. Your average civilian might not be afforded this kind of benefit of the doubt though. Of course, it's unlikely that someone would be convicted of shoplifting based off an AI video alone, but if you wanted to harass someone or potentially cause reputational damage, then, well, this might just be a means of doing so. When it comes to AI video, we're in something of a transitional period, where AI is pretty damn good but rarely entirely free from glitches, with low resolution and black and white visuals effective at hiding them. AI video started out with abstract, distorted messes, then it evolved into glitchy videos where the distortions and irregularities were obvious to even those without a keen eye. Then it evolved to be bright and hyper-detailed, yet somehow sloppier than what came before. While the trajectory of AI video realism seems to have slowed down slightly, it's inevitable that it will become possible to easily generate videos without the glitches and inconsistencies that are often a giveaway. And while it's satisfying to pick out the visual elements of a video that give it away as AI, this ability has given people a false sense of confidence, even complacency, around the real problems that AI presents. As some of the commenters on the examples I've shared show, more and more of those who previously considered themselves reliably able to identify AI are finding out that that's no longer the case. And when we don't have visuals as a reliable means of identifying AI-generated video, we're forced to rely on what we consider probable, a highly flawed and subjective approach to determining the truth. But what do you think? Are you confident that you'll always be able to distinguish AI video from real footage? Were you fooled when you first saw any of the clips used in this video, assuming you saw them before you watched it? Let me know in the comments down below and hit those like and subscribe buttons while you're down there. I release a new video every couple of weeks. Till next time, see ya.